So, blessings to all of you, and accept my salam from the heart to your heart. So, today's session, we will be diving a bit more deeper into what we did last week. And those of you who have um, attended or have had access to this, circle of remembrance, zikr, cleansing our heart, cleansing our body. So, zikr means remembrance and remembrance of who you are. So ordinarily, we remember ourselves what is here. Okay, so what we think about ourselves is what is here. Hmm? But the actual remembrance of who you are is not here. It is here, the heart. Okay, so there are two types of heart. One is zahir, and one is batin. Zahir, everybody is aware. We can feel the zahir. But then there's a batin, and there's a hidden heart. And this heart contains the secrets of infinity. Secrets of infinity. Rumi, in one of his writing, he says, this is the real Kaaba. This is the real house of God. And the one who has Iman, the one who have found his Iman, is the one who circles the Kaaba of the heart. Okay, so this is the real heart, real house of God. And so this is the batin. And batin again is divided into a number of categories. So we are telling your story. Okay, so instead of you identifying yourself as here, and here is always, I don't have these, I need this is not right, this is wrong, I shouldn't be doing this, I should be doing this. So this is not you actually. This is the real you. The real story is written here. And in the physical heart, zahir, and beyond that, batin, the hidden heart. And the hidden heart is further categorized into a few other categories. And these teachings that I'm giving you, this is from the Sufi tradition, specifically from the Qadriyas, the Qadri and the Chishti, the two houses, the two silsilas it is called. So in the Sufi tradition, there are uncountable silsilas, which means lineages. And much of the stuff that I share with you comes from the lineage of the parampara, or in Hindi, or silsila in Persian, the house of Qadris and the Chishtis. So these are the two main traditions, although there are many other silsilas in the Sufi tradition. So coming back to our story, so falling in love, yes, last week I told you falling from here to here, and then knowing your story. So batin again is divided into a number of other categories. Your heart, okay, your batin. So first is the kalbe murda, dead heart. Majority of the people, the heart is dead, murda. There's no desire to know the self. There's no desire to know your creator. The Sufis, they say, when I went to find myself, I found God. And when I went to find God, I found myself. So the two desires, to find yourself and to find your creator, who created you, and the Sufi perspective. So in the kalbe murda, the one who's murda, there's no desire. And then the next category of the heart is called kalbe bimar, ill heart. The heart that there's a desire, but there's no way. I don't know the way. Where should I go? What should I do? There's a desire. There's a burning desire to know the self. There's a burning desire to know the totality. But there is no way. There's no tariqat. There's no method. You don't have it. That is called kalbe bimar. And then the third category of the heart is called kalbe roshan. Kalbe roshan, which means alive heart, which the heart that has the light, the one who has awakened himself or herself. And after that is kalbe salim. In kalbe salim, the curtain between you and your creator opens up. Okay, in kalbe salim, the curtain between the knower and the known. Okay, the Ruh and the Creator opens up. There's no more curtain. Salim. And then the next category is Kalbe Shahid. Shaheed means the one who have dissolved himself or herself into its creator. So this is the real jihad. Jihad is going from these categories, fighting with your own heart. Baba Bulle Shah, a great Sufi master, he says, Bhaj bhaj vadda mandir masiti kadi dil apne vich vadya hi na. You run into the mosque and temples, but you have never entered your own heart. ਐਵੇਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਸ਼ੈਤਾਨ ਨਾਲ ਲੜਦਾ ਕਦੀ ਨਫਜ਼ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਲੜਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਾ every day you fight with the Satan. Oh, he did these, he's making me do these, but you never fought with your own heart. ਬੁੱਲੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਅਸਮਾਨੀ ਉੜਦਿਆਂ ਫੜਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਘਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫੜਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਾ. And constantly you're trying to catch someone who's sitting in the skies, but you forget to catch the one who was sitting right in your heart. So the real jihad is going from kalbe murda to Bimar, to Roshan, to Salim, and to Shaheed, where you dissolve into totality. It is also called Fana. Fana. So first comes Baka, then comes Wafa, then comes Fana. Okay. In the realm of Baka, you and your creator are there. In Wafa, you are not there, the creator is there. In Fana, na to tu raha, na to main raha, jo rahi bekhabri rahi. So these are the different categories of the heart, and today's session is specifically to awaken the heart. Last week I talked about the different zikr, zikr zabani, zikr kalbi, zikr ruhi, and zikr siri. So today, as I shared with you last week, our desire today, or the aim today, is to enter and activate the zikr kalbi, the zikr of the heart. And dil Allah Allah gawe. Dil Allah Allah gawe. Your heart sings the song of Allah, 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 and that can be done. So this is from the Qadriya and the Chishti Silsila. And this was taught by the great Sufi masters, the great Sufi Baba Friduddin Ganj Shakar and Moinuddin Chishti, all these great sages. This is one of the ways they do zikr today. And it's my privilege today to share this treasure with you. And last week we did of cleansing the body. So we will do the cleansing of the body, and then we will enter into the zikr kalbi, how to hear the zikr. It may not happen immediately. It will happen with time. I will go into that in very detail today. But before we go into that, I want to share a story with you from the Sufi tradition of, the beauty of the name of the divine. So this story comes from the story of Bayazid. Bayazid was a great Sufi master, and he has written many beautiful poetries. He was one of the most evolved sages of the past. And in one of his poetries, he mentions, he says, "Mafi jubbati illallah, mafi jubbati illallah, mafi amamati illallah," which means under my turban and behind my robe. Under my turban and behind my robe, there's nothing but Allah. And this is the state of Fana, where मैं विच मैना रह गई काई, मैं विच मैना रह गई काई. The self within the self have also dissolved. यहाँ होना, यहाँ, and I assume you understand this, यहाँ होना ना होना है, यहाँ होना ना होना है, ना होना ऐन होना है, यहाँ होना ना होना है, ना होना ऐन होना है. This is the state of Fana. So he states that under my turban and behind my robe, Mafi jubbati illallah and Mafi juma amamati illallah. And he says another beautiful statement. He says, Subhani, Subhani, Mah Azam Safi. Glory unto me, glory unto me. And that is the state of fana, because there is not the ruh have already dissolved into the totality. The self had become the supreme self. So this is the story of from the story of the life of the great sage Bayazid. Now, before he was Bayazid, he was an ordinary person, and he used to, gamble, and he have wasted a lot of his life, and he used to drink, and all those desires related to your lower realms. He used to engage into that. This specific day or this specific night, after totally drunk and coming back from the gambling den, he was walking the streets at night. And as he was walking, right in front of him, there was a paper. There was a paper. And on that paper was written, Allah. When faith changes, when destiny changes. One night, every day he used to walk on the same day, on the same street, nothing happened. On this specific day, dark night, totally drunk, engaged in all the lower desires, he coming back home, right in front of him, a piece of paper. On top, it was written Allah. And he said, this is the name of the divine. It shouldn't be on the floor. He picked it up and he put it near to his heart, into his pocket. He brought it home. When he brought it home, he washed it and he perfumed it and he kissed it and he placed it on the highest place in his house and he slept. Next morning, he got up, mind changed, desires changed, world changed. All the sinful, all the actions which used to engage him towards the lower nature dissolved. And there was a desire to read the sacred verses. Today, for the first time, he opened the sacred scriptures. He opened the sacred Quran and he started to read. Automatically, he could pronounce it. Automatically, he could give commentaries on it. Just with one action. And next day, he sat, he read, he started to give commentaries, and soon, within a month, the whole village used to gather around him and listen to his sermons, listen to his commentaries. Now, a few villages away, there was a seeker, and he had been seeking for his entire life. And nothing have shifted. And he heard Bayazid shifted, changed overnight. See, I've been doing practices my whole life. I have been doing all the namaz and all the shara, everything I follow, nothing changed. And Bayazid had changed overnight. He complained to God. And the story says the divine came to his dream and he said, Bayazid only did one action, but he did it in its totality. This is very important statement. Bayazid only did one action and he did it in its totality. Ordinarily, we never do anything in our totality. During meditation, a part of us is somewhere else, we are somewhere else. When we are doing good actions, a part of us is somewhere else, a part of us is somewhere else. When you are here, you want to be there. And when you are there, you want to be here. This is what we are. We are never fully present. We never experience the moment in its wholeness. And experiencing the wholeness is the experiencing totality. And you were always half here, half there. So you never did anything. You did everything, but you did everything segmented. Bayazid did only one thing, and he did it in its totality. And the divine said, Bayazid picked my name. I picked him up. Bayazid took my name, placed it near to his heart. I placed him near to my heart. Bayazid washed my name, and I washed him of his sins. And Bayazid perfumed my name, and I perfumed him with my presence. And Bayazid kissed my name, and I kissed him with my essence. And Bayazid took the name and placed it on the highest location in his house. I picked and placed Bayazid in the highest platform in my house. Bayazid became a Sufi. Bayazid became a sage. And that is the power of the name of the divine. Whenever you do anything, do it in its totality. Never do anything in segmentation. And today's practice that I'm going to share with you, my friends, if you do it sincerely, you will be amazed. You will be totally be present. You will totally be present. Your mind won't run away. Why your mind run away? You know why your mind run away? Because you have no control over your breath. Your dam is not in control. And the moment your dam is in control, you become kalandar. You become kalandar. You know that song, Dama Dam Mast Kalandar? Dama Dam Mast Kalandar. The one whose dam, breath, is in dam, in his control. Dam means breath and dam means control. Dama Dam, whose breath is under his control, he becomes mast. Mast means intoxicated. The English word mystic comes from the Persian word mast. Dama dam, control, mast, intoxicated. He loses himself and he remembers himself. Last week, the path of forgetfulness and the path of remembrance together. Dama dam, mast, then he becomes a kalandar. Kalandar means who is not bothered about what is happening outside, who is in joy with his own self, because the totality is a projection of the own self. Kalandar. They also say Kalandar. This is very beautiful definition. Kalandar is the one who walk in his feet. The definition of Kalandar. Be with me, my friends, very important. Kalandar is the one who walks in his feet. And you may say, I walk on my feet also. You may say, I also walk on my feet. My friends, we don't walk in our feet. We walk in our head. When you are sitting, you're sitting in your head. When you're walking in your head. When you are loving someone, you're loving with the head. When you eat, you're eating with the head. You're very heady people. A Sufi is the one who walks in the feet. Sufi is the one who is in the feet. Feet means presence. Feet means presence. He has a presence. We don't have a presence. We are always lost in the head, and head is always in the past or in the future. We have no presence. And God is always present. Listen, God is always present. Hazir, Hazur, Zahir, Zahur. But you are never Hazir. And you're never Hazur. You are never Zahir. You're never Zahur. You are always missing in action. Patta patta deta hai pata tera. Patta patta deta hai pata tera. मैं ही था जो देख ना सका. I couldn't see. You are not there. God is there. That's why I say God is present. Presence. Hazuriyat is always Hazur. Jahur is always here. But you are never here. You are in the head, and the head is only thinking about the past and it's only thinking about the future. It cannot think about the now. Because you are not in the now, you're missing the divine which is in the now. And the moment you come to now, then the two merges into one. तू करता तू हुआ, तू करता तू हुआ. By saying you, I became you. Ranja Ranja kardi ni main appe Ranja hui. By saying beloved, 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 I became the beloved. So coming presence right here. And that happens when the dum together in control. If you cannot hold your breath, my friends, let me share this with you. If you cannot hold your breath, you cannot hold your destiny. You cannot hold your life. You may have everything, yet something will be missing in your life. You may have all the health and you may have all the wealth, but something is missing. Why? Because your dum is not in dum. You know, you do dum biryani, right? You put the dum, you put it inside, you lock it, dum biryani. This is the real biryani. You have to put dum over it so that you become fana into Allah. Allah, Allah, kaho. Allah, Allah, kaho. Allah reje, tu na raho. Say Allah, 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 Allah until you are not, only Allah remains. And that can be done with the breath. So today's meditation, today's zikr, we will be diving into a beautiful, very powerful. My friends, this is the treasure. This is the treasure in the house of the Sufis. House of the Sufis. You know, when Shams and Rumi met, they sat for 6 months in silence. 6 months in isolation. Today we are all isolated, right? We are all forced. Isolation upon us is being forced. But you know, Sufis, they have a term. Isolation is called khalwat. Khalwat. Isolation is called khalwat. And look at the difference. In isolation, it's a very negative word. And when you say khalwat, it has an aroma. It has a fragrance. It has a vibration. Because this is the language of those who were awakened. We have forgotten this language. We have forgotten the ancient languages. We have forgotten the ancient active awakened words. Khalwat it is called. Isolation. Then there's another term. This is even more beautiful. It is called Mohabbat-e Khalwat. Mohabbat-e Khalwat, which means love for isolation. Love for isolation. Can you love as isolation? This was a desire of the sages of the past. This was the desire of the Sufis. They wanted to be alone. O Ad Kadimi Kallasi. Oho Ad Kadimi Kallasi. Koi hor nahi, Allah hi Allah si. In the beginning of the time, there was nothing but Allah, Allah, Allah. And that can be experienced even now when you dissolve yourself in khalwat, in isolation. The Sufis will sit in isolation for 40 days. And coming back to our story, maybe next week I'll share the whole story. But in short, Rumi and Shams, when they met, and when the spark happened, and you know, we have time, and I'm going to share this story with you. Bear with me, we may go beyond time, but these are the love stories. And when the love stories are shared, you should not worry about the time. Let me get back to our story, and then we will dive into this beautiful matter. We are just creating a container, so you know the preciousness of these gifts, so you know the preciousness of zikr, so you know what it means to be in the heart. When you hear Somebody asked Baba Fariduddin Ganje Shakar. Somebody asked Baba Fariduddin Ganje Shakar how to fall in love. How to fall in love means falling in love with Mahbub, with the divine. Very important, very beautiful question. Listen. How to fall in love. Love with the divine, with the divine, with divine God, with your Mahbub. How to fall in love. Baba Fariduddin Ganje Shakar said, be with lovers. Be with lovers. When you are with lovers, you will know what it means to be in love. So this is what we are doing. We are being with the lovers. Mastigirda. Stay in the circle of those who are intoxicated with the divine wine. And even if you don't get the wine, you will get to smell the wine. So we are talking about those who have become fana. So Rumi was a great scholar, very great scholar. And he have read all the commentaries, and I hope you guys are with me, bear with me, please sit straight. Receive these teachings in a very precious way. Something will change in you. Because we are talking about lovers. We are not talking stories. We are talking of those who have become fana, those who have attained the Qalb-e-Shaheed, those who have found the real jihad within themselves. So Rumi was a scholar here. And when you reach here to an extreme, then the divine becomes worried. Then the divine becomes worried. Why? Because when you go into ilm too much, you cannot meet the divine. Muhabbat, ishq, love have to be experienced. The Sufis, they say, even the devil have ilm. Even the shaitan has ilm. But ishq, muhabbat, only the awliyas, only the sages have ishq. So ilm is great. But even the devil, even the Satan has ilm. But the muhabbat, ishq, is only there with the awliyas, this wali Allah, with those who have experienced the divine. So we're talking about the wali Allah, those who experience the divine. So Rumi was here, and he needs to come down here. And the divine instructed Shams Tabriz. Shams Tabriz. Look at that beautiful name. Shams Tabriz. Go, awaken this man from Qalb-e-Bimar into Qalb-e-Shaheed. Make his heart roshan. Gift him with Rohaniyat. Gift him with Nuraniyat. Gift him the gift of Haraniyat. These are the gifts. Nuraniyat, Haraniyat, Nur, wonder. Just imagine if our life is full of light and is full of wonder. That happens when you come here. So Shams Tabriz got these instructions from the divine. Go, touch this man. It's called the touch of the master. Touch of the master. So Shams Tabriz, following his intuition, walked, found, tried to find his way, and finally he came to this city, Konya, in Turkey. He knew intuitively he's here, but he did not know where. He didn't know his name. But the instructions were there. So the sense, he's a sensitive space. There are three spaces. One is called the sensory space, one is called the sensitive space, and one is called the sacred space. His sacred space, he knew he was here. And then he walked around for a few weeks and he heard the name of the one whom he was finding. His name was Rumi. He knew this is the guy I'm finding. So he asked around, where can I find Rumi? Everybody said only in two places. Either in the mosque or either in the library. These are the two locations where you can find Rumi, nowhere else. So he went to the mosque. He was not there. He went to the library. He was sitting with all his books and hundreds of people listening to him. And he was quoting the books, quoting the scriptures, quoting the hadiths, quoting the sacred Quran. And Shams Tabriz sat in the back, his clothes were torn. And with the tasbih in his hand, he was a mast, he was a qalandar. His clothes were torn. But he was here to sow those who have torn themselves. He looked like a beggar, but inside he was the king. He could instruct God. Let me share this another story with you. It will be difficult to comprehend, but that's the beauty of the story. They said Shams Tabriz had God in his pocket. Shams Tabriz had God in his pocket. And one day he was walking and something fell. And somebody said, "Sir, something fell from your pocket." And he looks down. He said, "Oh, that is God." He picked it up and he puts back. Now, what does this mean? We don't know. But that's the beauty of the story. Such was Shams Tabriz. A living, awakened sage. When he walked, the universe walked with him. When he spoke, the universe spoke with him. When he sat, the universe sat with him. Because he was total. You understand, in the beginning? He was total. He was not segmented. We are segmented. So we are individual. We are alone. He was total. And I hope this makes sense. So Shams Tabriz saw him giving all these lectures. With the torn clothes, he goes forward and he looks into the eyes of Shams Tabriz, into the eyes of Rumi. And he says, "E chist," in Persian. "E chist," which means, what is this? What are you doing? You have locked the divine in books. You have locked the divine in ilm. "E chist," what is this? And Rumi looks at him with his clothes torn, and he says, "E aast, E aast ke tu namedani." He says, this is that which you don't understand. Rumi replies back. He says, "E chist, what is this?" He says, "E aast ke tu namedani." This is that which you don't understand. And Shams Tabriz says, "I don't understand. If I don't understand, what is the use of this?" So he took his books and he ran. He ran. Rumi ran after him. He took his books and he threw it into the river. And Rumi became sad and angry. He said, "What have you done, madman? You have thrown my ilm, you have thrown my books, my hard work, my commentaries, all gone." And he started to cry. And Shams Tabriz said, "Don't cry. I can get your books back." He said, "You are mad. The books are thrown into the water. They are gone." He said, "No, I can get them back." Shams Tabriz goes into the river, puts his hand into the river, brings them out. All the books were out. There was no water. They were dry. Dry. And he shakes the books and they turn into dust and he flies into the air. And Rumi sees these and he says, "E chist, what is this?" And Shams Tabriz replies, "Iya ast ke tu namedani." This is that which you don't understand. This is that which you don't understand. This is called Karamat-e Awliya. Karamat-e Awliya. The Karamat of Awliyas. He said, "I want to learn this. I want to know this." He said, "Then come." And then he brings him into a room, into Khalwat. For 6 months they sit. And the story says that Rumi and Shams Tabriz looks into each other's eyes, and the transmission beyond words, beyond scriptures. transferred into Rumi. And after 6 months, Rumi comes out of the room and he says, Aql Ahmad Deen Dunya Shud Kharab. Aql Ahmad Deen Dunya Shud Kharab. Ishq Ahmad Dardo Alam Kamyab. He says, if you bring this into your life, both this world and next world is gone. And if you bring ishq into your life, both this world and the next world is saved. And the next line he says, Maulavi hargis na shud maulai room ta gulame shams tabrezi na shud. He says, I was just a Maulavi. I was just a Maulavi, scholar. Maulavi hargiz na shud maulai room. This Maulavi would have never become a Maulai room. Now I become a Maulai room. Ta golame shams tabrezi na shud. Had I not become a slave of my murshid, of my sheikh, of the sages, I would have not attained this. So these 6 months they sat together. These are one of the practices that they practiced that I'm going to share with you. How to bring this to here. Listening to the pulse of your heart. Listening to the beat of your heart. As I mentioned, this is something that will demand a practice. And this is tariqat, shariat, tariqat. And after tariqat, you attain haqiqat. And after haqiqat, you attain marfat. So this is the tariqat. And now up to you, how much ever you do, that much deeper you will go. So it's a beautiful meditation. It's a beautiful way of doing zikr. And the Sufis call this kasrat, which means an exercise. So what we will be doing will be, we will bring our hands onto our knees like that. And our spine will be straight. Okay, spine straight. When your spine is straight, your destiny is straight. Okay, your entire being is your spine. We are the only, species on the planet whose spine is straight. All other species is perpendicular to the earth. Because our spine became straight, our brain developed. And when our brain, our mind developed, we conquered the world. We became the rulers of the world. So this is spine straight. And hands on the knees like that. And mouth will be closed for this. And you will inhale through the nostril. Okay, you will inhale like this. And after inhaling, you will throw your head down like that and try to touch the chin onto the chest. Okay, the chin onto the chest. And bring all your awareness into the pulse of your heart. So bring your awareness into the physical heart, the zahir, the qalb-e zahir. Okay, tawajjuh. The exact word is called tawajjuh. In the language of the Sufis, tawajjuh, your awareness, your attention. Forget everything and bring your tawajjuh into here. And this will open the tajalliyat, which means the ray of the divine, tajalliyat. And with this tajalliyat, when the tajalliyat opens, from there, a ray of hope, which is nuraniyat, the nur-e-Allah will come through it, because the veil will be removed. Okay, and after the nuraniyat, you enter haraniyat. You will go into wonder, and then after the haraniyat, you go to lahuyat, which I talked about last week. The negation of the self. So the journey starts from the beat of the heart. So it's very simple. I'm repeating it again. You will be inhaling, and after holding the dam, okay, dam, control, and then head comes down and try to bring the chin to the chest, how much ever you can, and then bring your awareness to the pulse of your heart. Try to hear the sensations of your heartbeat. This is very important. From here, the journey will start. First, hear the sensations of your heartbeat. Just hear, listen first. In the words of Rumi, He says, if you cannot be the voice of God, if you cannot be the voice of God, listen to the voice of God. Okay, so this is the primordial pulse. So in the beginning, at least for the first few days, become aware totally of the pulse of your heart. Until you do not hear the pulse of your heart, you cannot go into the next part. Okay, and somebody just came in, so I admitted that person in. Okay, so you're inhaling and you're holding, and all your awareness into the sensations or pulsations of the physical heart. Most of you will not be able to hear in the first sitting, usually in a few days. So you inhale, you hold, you become aware of the sensations, the pulsations, the heart beating, the throbbing of life, pulsation of life. So all your tawajjuh, all your awareness is in the physical heart. You must hear the physical sensations at least. In the beginning, you will only hear the sensations. And as you become more aware of the pulse of the heart, then you will actually hear your heartbeat. First, only sensations. Then you will hear your heartbeat. When you hear your heartbeat, you are hearing the real azan. This is E dil sache Rabb da hujra. E dil sache Rabb da hujra. इथे पा फकीरा चाहती हूँ ज्ञान ध्यान दा बाल दीवा तेरी लब जे वस्त गवाची. The Sufi masters. He says, this is the real hujra, the real house of God. Bring awareness there. Now, before I go into this, I'm reminded of a story of Rabia. So Rabia lost a needle in her house. Rabia lost a needle in her house. She came out of the house. In the street, there was a light, and she started to find a needle in the street light. And as she was finding it, somebody came by and said, Rabia, what are you doing? He said, I lost my needle. Oh, he said, let me help you. So they started to find the needle. Okay, they started to find the needle. And after a few moments, he says, Rabia, can you tell me exactly where you lost the needle? And Rabia said, I lost the needle in the house. And he said, then why are you finding here? And she said, because in the house, there is no light. Here there is light. And that's why I'm finding it here. So we are finding happiness there because it's light. We have lost it here and we are finding it there. So come back here. This is the real hujra. This is the real hujra. Okay, Gyan and Dhyan. Gyan, wisdom. Dhyan means meditation. The wisdom and ishq together have to come. So first you will feel only the sensations of the heartbeat. Then you will hear the pulse of your heartbeat. And this will happen within a few days, a few weeks. Bear with it. Slow. Okay? And with time, when you start to feel the pulsation of your heartbeat, then with the pulsation, this is very important, then with the pulsation, you mentally chant Allah Hu, Allah Hu, Allah Hu, Allah Hu, Allah Hu, with the beat of the heart. And this is your qalb, your heart will become Roshan. From qalb murda to bimar, and then to Roshan, and then to Salim, and then to Shahid. The different categories of the heart. I'm just giving you the start. So you're inhaling, you're holding the breath. Hold the breath as long as you can. Hold comfortably. Comfortably. Hold as long as you can comfortably. And head is down. Tawajjuh, awareness is in the pulse of the heart. At least in the beginning, feel the sensations. And once you hear the sensations, keep holding the breath, keep holding the breath, keep holding the breath. And when you need to exhale, just lift your head slowly up and exhale. Again, you inhale and you hold And you place the head down, and again the tawajjuh, the awareness, the attention goes into the pulse of the heart, and try to feel the sensations in the beginning, and then the pulsation, sensations, and then pulsation. And then when you hear the pulsations, then with time you add the zikr, Allahu, Allahu. This is the tasbih. This is tasbih. This is tasbih of the heart. Every heartbeat, Allahu, Allahu, Allahu. This is the doorway to Jannat while you're still alive. And when your heart synchronizes with the name of Allah, then the whole being becomes the presence of the divine. And this is what Bayazid said, Mahfi jubbati illallah, Mahfi amamati illallah. Behind my robe and under my turban, there's nothing but Allah, Allah, Allah. Fana fil Allah it is called. Fana fil Murshid, Fana fil Rasul, and Fana fil Allah. You totally merge into the divine. Okay, I hope this made sense. And if you have any questions, if we have time towards the end, we will have some Q&As. And I think we have gone beyond time, if I'm not wrong. So we started at 12:30. Okay, we have time. Okay, perfect. So let's do this practice before we go. And of course, we will have Q&A this week, if not the following week, which will be our last session in this series. And then we will take a break or so, and then we'll come back again. So let's start our practice. Now, before we start our practice, let's cleanse ourselves. And those of you with me last week. And I hope you guys have been doing this practice, which I'm giving you. It only makes sense if you do the practice. If you have the tariqat, don't just listen, practice. Then something will happen. Okay, so let's cleanse ourselves. And cleansing of the self before you go into zikr. O mouth, inhale. O mouth, exhale. Eyes will be closed for this meditation as well as the next meditation. So let's start cleansing our body. So please, spine straight, hands on your knees. And eyes will be closed. And make a O mouth. And when I say inhale, you inhale. When I say exhale, you exhale. Just do that. And then we will enter the zikr. Okay, let's do it together. And eyes closed, O mouth, inhale. And O mouth, exhale. Powerfully inhale. And powerfully exhale. It's like a straw. You're inhaling the breath through the straw and exhaling through the straw. And keep doing this. I will be guiding you. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep doing it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale powerfully. Exhale powerfully. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And hold. Eyes closed. Hold the breath. And tense your eyes. Tense your skull. Tense your forehead. Tense your hands. Tense your arms, tense your body, tense your feet, tense your whole body. Tense, 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 tense. Squeeze, squeeze. And O mouth, exhale. Powerfully exhale. Very good. Second round. O mouth, inhale. O mouth, exhale. Inhale. Keep doing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Powerfully inhale and powerfully exhale and powerfully inhale and very powerfully exhale. Powerfully inhale, powerfully exhale. Powerfully inhale through the O mouth and powerfully exhale through the O mouth. And powerfully inhale through the O mouth and powerfully exhale through the O mouth. And powerfully inhale through the O mouth. And please hold your breath. And as you hold your breath, I want you to tense your eyes and tense your forehead, tense your skull, your brain. And tense your arms, tense your feet, tense your legs, and tense your heart, tense your navel, tense your whole body, tense your whole body, squeeze, squeeze, mouth, your face, and oh mouth, exhale. Last round, my friends, eyes closed, cleansing the body, oh mouth, inhale, oh mouth, exhale, oh mouth, inhale, and oh mouth, exhale. O mouth, inhale. O mouth, exhale. O mouth, inhale powerfully. And O mouth, exhale powerfully. O mouth, inhale powerfully to the navel. And O mouth, exhale powerfully from your navel. Keep up, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale powerfully. And please hold your breath. And as you hold your thumb, as you hold your breath, eyes closed, tense your eyes, tense your face, tense your forehead, and tense your skull, tense your shoulders, tense your arms, tense your hands, tense your feet, tense your legs, tense your body, tense your chest, navel, everything, whole body tense. Squeeze the body. And O mouth, exhale. And for 15 seconds, don't move the body. And just become aware of the sensations. Your body will vibrate. You have become alive. Aliveness is sensations. To be alive means to have vibrations. To be alive means you have a frequency. And this is the frequency of life. This is the frequency of your ruh. This is the frequency of yourself. You have now, your mind is gone. Your thoughts are gone. You're feeling your presence, the presence of your own ruh, your own self, your own beingness, it is called. Beautiful. Feel, don't think, feel yourself. Feel yourself. खुद की ना की तलाश बड़ी चूक ये हुई बरसों किए खराब खुदा तलाश में हमने. I did not find myself. I wasted my time. This is finding the self, knowing your body, knowing your mind, knowing your breath, knowing your ruh. And when you know these, the veil, the hijab-e-ruh it is called, is removed, and then the presence of Allah, presence of the divine is experienced within the self. Beautiful. And O mouth, inhale powerfully. And hold. And exhale powerfully. And very slowly open your eyes. So this is to cleanse the body. And I mentioned this last week, and you do a number of rounds. And this is to cleanse the body. And after cleansing the body, you can go into zikr. And so we will dive into the zikr that I shared with you today. Zikre Kalbi. You have done Zikre, Jabani, and today is Kalb. And then in the future, we will do Zikre Ruhi and then Zikre Siri. So today, Kalb, from the heart, from the mouth, you fall into your heart. So it's very simple, as I mentioned. Again, hands remain as it is. Now, for medical reasons, any of these things you can't do. It's perfectly fine. Do how much ever you can do. I don't know you. You know yourself better than I do. I'm giving you the instructions in general. You have to modify them according to your capacity. For some medical reasons, you cannot hold the breath, is perfectly fine. Do what you can do. The main thing is your desire, your ishq, your muhabbat, that will allow the flower of zikr to bloom. So that desire has to be there. Don't just do the mechanical part of it. Engage your mind, engage your ishq, engage your muhabbat into it. Ulfat it is called. Okay, so hold how much ever long you can, my friends. So inhaling and holding the breath and taking the chin and putting on your chest, eyes closed, and become aware of the pulsation or the sensations of your heartbeat. Hold the breath as long as you can. As long as you can. The breath has to be held. The breath has to be held. You have hold the breath and feel the physical sensations of your heartbeat. And when you think you can't hold it anymore, then just exhale the breath out through the nostrils. Remember, you are inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils now, not through the mouth. Mouth is closed. Just hold the breath, and as long as you can, as long as you can, and then bring your tawajjuh, bring your attention, bring your awareness to the physical sensation of your heart. Don't do zikr yet. Don't do zikr. Just heard, just hear, just listen. Just listen to the pulse. We're going to do this for 2 to 3 minutes, and we start now. Okay, let's go. Eyes closed. Inhale and hold the breath, and bring your awareness to the physical sensations of your heartbeat. Eyes closed. All the awareness, your totality, has to be engaged into listening into the sensations of your heartbeat. And as I mentioned, keep up, keep up, keep up. You keep doing, I keep talking. And as I mentioned, some of you will not be able to hear the sensations of the heart, at least for now. This is Kalbe Bimar, you're still ill heart. When you enter the Kalbe Roshan, alive, your heart will become alive. The sensations, the throbbing of the heart will be heard. And this is the beat of the divine. Keep up, my friends. Everything else is relaxed. You're just holding the dam, the breath. And you are engaging your totality into focusing at the physical sensations of your heart. Hold the breath as long as you can. In the beginning, as I mentioned, some of you will not be able to hear it. Just be with it. You must feel the sensations of your heartbeat. Keep up. Hold the dam as long as you can. Medical reasons, you can modify it. Medical reasons, you can modify it. You can hold it less. You, my friends, you know your body better than I do. So feel free to modify the meditation. In the beginning, just try to hear the pulsations of your heartbeat. And if you can feel the sensations of your heartbeat, congratulations. First, you will only feel the sensations, and then you will hear the pulsations. I repeat, for the first a few days, you will only hear the sensations. Then you will hear the pulsations. And when you are hearing the pulsations, then with that pulse, you do zikr ilahi. You do zikr with the qalb. With that drum of the heart, you sing the song of the divine. Keep doing, keep doing. We are almost done. Holding the dam and going into intoxication and the birth of the calendar. Just for 30 seconds more, my friends. Don't move the body. When you move your body, your mind moves. And when your mind moves, the world moves. Sit still. If you cannot be still, you cannot feel the presence of the divine. Because the divine is still. When someone great comes, you stay still. It's called adab. Adab पहला करीना है मोहब्बत के करीने का. अदब पहला करीना है मोहब्बत के करीने का. In the book of love, the first chapter is adab. In the book of love, the first chapter is adab, reverence. And reverence means to be quiet in the presence of the Almighty. Not to move in the presence of the Almighty. You are in the presence of the pulse of your heart, which is the pulse of the cosmos, which is the pulse. This is the pulse of God. That's why you are alive. And you are in the presence of the ultimate sound in the universe. This is the azan. This is the azan. Listen, listen, listen to the azan of the heart. Dil Allah, Allah gawe. Your heart is singing Allah, Allah. Why don't you hear it? You run, in the words of Bulle Shah, ਭਜ ਭਜ ਵੜਦਾ ਮੰਦਰ ਮਸੀਤੀ ਕਦੀ ਦਿਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੜਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਾ. You never go into your heart. You run into temples, you run into mosque, but you never run into the heart. This is the opening of the door of the inner Kaaba. Hold, my friends. Become aware. Hold the dam. Hold the dam. Hold the dam. Hold the dam. And lock all the senses. 15 seconds more. तन ना हिले, जुबान ना हिले, असल नमाजी सोई. The Sufi masters. Your body don't move, your tongue don't move, and you enter into namaz. 10 seconds. Beautiful. And very slowly lift your head and eyes closed, and I want you to inhale through the nose and hold your breath and squeeze yourself again like the way you tense the body in the previous meditation. Tense the eyes, tense the forehead, tense your skull, tense your hands, your feet, and your whole body. And through the nose, exhale. And one more time, inhale powerfully through the nose. And you hold your breath. And you tense your eyes, tense your forehead, tense your skull, tense your whole body. And through the nose, exhale. And one more time, inhale. And hold your dam, hold your breath. And tense your eyes, tense your face, tense your skull, tense your forehead, tense your skull, tense your hands, tense your feet, tense your whole body. And exhale through the nose. And very slowly open your eyes. You can rub your hands over your body. There's a need to. And so this, once you are in love, you can sit like this for hours. And this is one of the meditations which the ancient Sufi masters used to do a 40 days practice in the state of isolation. And this as meditation as practice as shared with you. This comes from the teachings of the Qadri Silsila as well as the Chishti Silsila. So this is as you go deeper and deeper, you hear the Asmani Jalvat. Okay, you come, the Sufis, the term they use is Asmani Jalvat, which means experience of your higher self. This is the lower self. You hear what you experience is called the lower self. This is called the higher self. You understand? In the world, we think this is higher and this is lower. But in the realm of the Sufis, this is the lower and this is the higher. It's called Asmani Jalvat. Asmani Jalvat. Jalvat means experience. Asmani means higher, the experience of a higher self. And that's why when you bow, okay, when you bow, your head becomes lower and your heart becomes higher. In the presence of the divine, head is always lower. Head has no value. Only the heart has value. And that's why you have to bow. When you bow, head is lower, heart is higher. And this is the real prostration. Same thing here. You are bringing your tawajjuh, your awareness from here to here. Then this becomes a higher, this becomes a lower in your day-to-day experience. And this is called a Sufi. Okay, so coming down to the heart, before we end, I'm reminded of a quotation from Qalandar Bu. His name was Qalandar Bu. Maybe in the future I'll share a beautiful story around him also. And he says, "Kisi ki yaad mein hai duniya mein बुलाए हुए." किसी की याद में है दुनिया में बुलाए हुए. Understand this before I go to the next statement. किसी की याद में है दुनिया में बुलाए हुए. किसी की याद में है दुनिया को बुलाए हुए. If you understand. किसी की याद में है दुनिया में बुलाए हुए. किसी की याद में है दुनिया को बुलाए हुए. जमाना गुजरा है, जमाना गुजरा है अपनी याद आए हुए. जमाना गुजरा है अपनी याद आए हुए. He said, it has been a long time since I have remembered myself. I have totally forgotten myself. Only the beloved is. ਰਾਂਝਾ ਰਾਂਝਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪੇ ਰਾਂਝਾ ਹੋਈ. ਸਦਿਓ ਨੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਧੀਦੋ ਰਾਂਝਾ ਤੇ ਹੀਰ ਨਾ ਆਖੋ ਕੋਈ. ਰਾਂਝਾ ਮੈਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਰਾਂਝੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ. I have no other thought. I'm in my beloved and my beloved is in me. My friends, this can be experienced when your dum is dumb. When your dum is dumb. When you hold your dum. Because your story is there because of the dum, because of the breath. When the breath moves, mind moves. And when you hold your breath, you hold your mind. Very simple. So these are the teachings of the mystics, teachings of the Qalandars, teaching of those who have become mast. And I hope and I pray that having received these gifts, do some practice, and we are in isolation. The divine great blessings have come upon us. Everyone is in isolation. When the Sufis used to pray to God all the time, please give me the love for isolation, mohabbat-e khalwat. That was a prayer. And today that prayers have been answered and we are all sitting at home doing nothing. So engage in this practice. I will say 3 rounds of cleansing the body and then sit like this. Spend some time. Once you start hearing the sensations, and if you have not heard the sensations, practice. Tariqat. You have to practice. So once you hear the sensations only, then you hear the pulsation. The day you hear your heartbeat, something will change. And that's the first beat of tasbih falls. With the first beat of tasbih falls, this falls. You have fallen in love. And once you get hold of these, my friends, my own experiences, once you get hold of this, once you hear the heartbeat and then you engage the name of the divine with it, you don't want to come out. You don't want to come out. And you can sit for hours and hours and hours. In the beginning, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then with time, expand. And let the meditation, make you fana and dissolve you. I can keep talking, but I think we all have limitations of the time. And so please, having received these gifts, it will only make sense if you do it. So do this practice. And if you have any questions, next week, we will engage in Q&A. Those of you who did not listen to the previous one, please listen to the previous one as well. So we are in a flow. Next week, I will dive deeper into this very meditation, and we will seal this in its completion. And I'll share some deeper poetry and stories of the Sufis. So it's my privilege today, as always. This is something Zaim and myself have been dreaming, and this is our second session. And thank you, all those who have come. May the divine bless all of you with health, wealth, and prosperity, and the highest gift, and that is to listen to the tasbih, ek ek dana, every dana of tasbih, and when you hear this tasbih, it's going on all the time. This tasbih have started from day one, and it's going to keep going. Your heart is singing. You are aware or not aware, it doesn't matter. This is singing. This knows the truth. This only knows doubt. This knows. And the day this stops, this ends, This thing, I'm independent of this. And today modern science shows that the electromagnetic field of the heart is bigger than the electromagnetic field of the head, your thoughts. In the words of my Murshid, he used to say, we are alive not because of the thoughts of the head, but because of the beat of the heart. So if you touch your essence, if you touch from where you are taking birth, miracle will happen. This is karamat. Somebody asked the Sufis, what is karamat? What is karamat? He said, karamat is the remembrance of your beloved never leaves you. The remembrance of your beloved never leaves you. That is the karamat. And it's happening all the time. Your heart is singing the divine song all the time. And the karamat is there, you're not aware. So tawajjuh, awareness is important. As humans, we have been gifted with tawajjuh, with awareness. Problem is, we give awareness to negativity side of our being. We forget the positivity side of the being. Now, once you have completed this meditation, it's important that you bow, in a bowing position, and you stay in that for a few moments to relax the body. And also it is important, it is preferred if your stomach is empty. So if your stomach is empty, you will go deeper. If not, you won't hear the beat of your heart, you hear the trembling of your stomach. Okay, so make sure you are on a fast. Fasting, one of the reasons for fasting, is so that you can hear the heart. So blessings to you, and we will have Q&A towards the end of our next session. So blessings to you and salam.